There's a device that I've been using called a Whoop.
Hello and welcome to the 5th season of the International Game of Whoop. iGal 5 is presented by EMAX, and they are also the title sponsor of this week's Preseason Training Grounds Challenge number 1, the EMAX Flips and Rolls. It occurs to me that many of you watching and participating are new to iGal. So before we jump into the EMAX example submissions, I want to introduce my core team here at iGal Productions, because there's no way I could run this operation without them. To start, my name's Dan Sudano, aka FBB Skittles, and I'm the creator and host of iGal. And the first team member that I'd like to introduce you to just got a new job title with his big promotion from reporter to Dan team manager. That's in-house director Dan. Next up is iGal's own traveling correspondent, field reporter Dan. Next is iGal's lead of productions, that's iGal Studios Dan. And finally, it's the man with the golden thumbs, that's Stickcam Dan.
You suck!
Ronnie Dan, what are you doing here? What's going on in here? You guys doing any Baranis yet? No Baranis yet, Dan. The preseason just started. We in here talking about practice? Well, the preseason, so not exactly practice. We talk about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talk about practice.
Practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
Here are the beginner requirements for iGal 5 Preseason Training Ground Challenge number 0, the EMAX Flips and Rolls. So to start this challenge, you're going to want to get some height, especially if you've never done flips and rolls before. So get up a decent distance in the sky, then you have to perform the following 4 tricks in this order. So you're going to start with the front flip, and then a back flip, then a left roll, and then a right roll. Once you perform these 4 tricks in that order, you've completed the beginner requirements for the EMAX Flips and Rolls. Here are the intermediate requirements for iGal 5 Preseason Training Ground Challenge number 1, the EMAX Flips and Rolls. So for this challenge, you're going to need to perform all of the tricks under 25 feet. So I think if I stay under the branches here, that'll do good. So we're going to start with a double front flip, and then a double back flip. After that, a double left roll, and then finally, a double right roll. And after you've done those 4 tricks in order, you've completed iGal 5 Preseason Training Ground Challenge number 1, EMAX Flips and Rolls. So for the advanced requirements of iGal 5 Preseason Training Grounds Challenge number 1, the EMAX Flips and Rolls, first thing you're going to need to do is find or set up a gap or gate style obstacle that you can fly through. That's a maximum of about 36 inches on the open side of a square. So we're going to use this Weebleed UDL gate that I have hanging from my tree conveniently already. So the advanced requirements are that you do the same tricks but through the gate. So front flip and back flip. Think you know what's coming next, left roll. And for each trick you have to start it before you go through the gate and finish it after you pass through the gate. And finally, the 4th one, right roll. Just no bumps or ground taps, those 4 tricks in that order, and you've completed iGal 5 Preseason Training Ground Challenge number 1, the EMAX Flips and Rolls.
What up, guys? Sorry I'm late. I was just out flying some packs, gotta keep the thumbs fresh. All good. We were just talking about this week's title sponsor, who's also the presenting sponsor of iGal 5, EMAX. Oh, cool. I'm a big EMAX fan. I've been using their new Nano Scout Whoop to do the EMAX example submissions. I agree. EMAX is great. I have their 2207 Eco motors on all my Street League quads. EMAX makes drones of all sizes and for all skill levels of pilots. So no matter who you are or what you're looking to fly, EMAX has a drone for you. I also like EMAX.
Welcome to EMAX, where innovation meets performance and precision is our passion. At EMAX, we don't just build components, we craft solutions that redefine industry standards. For 2 decades, EMAX has been at the forefront of technological advancements, pushing boundaries and delivering excellence to our customers worldwide. Whether it's powering drones to new heights, enhancing robotic capabilities, or driving automation in manufacturing, our products set the benchmark for efficiency and durability. At EMAX, our commitment to excellence goes beyond just manufacturing. We've developed cutting-edge, in-house simulation software that simulates brushless motors with up to 98% accuracy. This powerful tool allows us to fine-tune our designs, predict performance outcomes, and optimize efficiency before a single motor is physically produced. But what truly sets us apart isn't just our state-of-the-art facilities or our extensive range of products. It's our unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction. At EMAX, quality isn't just a goal, it's a standard we live by. We thrive on challenges, turning ideas into reality, and shaping the future of technology with every innovation. Join the EMAX revolution today and experience the difference that precision engineering can make.
Okay, so who wants to do the challenge breakdown for the EMAX flips and rolls? Not me. Not me. Seriously guys, no one? I just did a 30-minute video for the last challenge. Who's up this week? Anyone? Anyone? Oh my god, you guys are supposed to be helpful. I guess I'll have to phone a friend and call for some last-minute help. Oh good, hey Blastaa.
Hey Skittles, what's up?
Yeah, so I'm in a little bit of a pickle here. I've been trying to get the Dans to do the challenge breakdown for the EMAX flips and rolls, but for some reason they're all being super lazy.
Oh really? Is there any way I could help?
Yeah, actually. Would you want to do it? You up for it?
Yeah, I can do the flips and the rolls for you. When do you need it by?
A couple of days?
2 days? I don't think I could have it done in 2 days. Do you think you could send over one of the Dans for help?
Yeah, I can do that, no problem.
Yeah, just send them over and we'll get it done
Yep,
for you.
I'll send one right over.
Sure thing, man. I'll call you when it's done.
Alright, man. Thank you so much. Alright, guys. So I got Blastaa to do it. But we only have a couple of days. So I'm going to need one of you to go over there and help him out. In-house director Dan, as part of your new responsibilities as Dan team manager, you're responsible for organizing all the Dans and making sure that there's someone to do a challenge breakdown for all of the preseason training challenges, okay? Alright, fine. I'll sort it out between all the Dans.
A few minutes later.
Either of you guys want to go help out Blastaa? Nah, sorry man, I got too much to do here. I don't normally do anything to get out of the house. Why don't you go? Travel to New Jersey? Hard pass. You know what? I'm just gonna make another Dan. Whoa, wait. You think you'll be able to get Skittles to approve that? It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. No way, man. I'm out.
Later that night.
There it is. What's that?
Oh, thought I heard something around here. What are you doing? Jeez, man, you scared me.
Do you have any idea what you're doing?
I mean, how complicated can it be, right? You know, tossing an iGow t-shirt, a couple of whoops, maybe a handful of batteries.
And of course, the most important, some Dan here for that beautiful DNA.
Oh wait, I know something to add.
What's that?
It's a Nerf blaster. Duh. It's going to help Blastaa, right? What's up, nerds? You making another clone?
Jesus, man, keep it down.
Well, you want to be cool, right? Don't forget the sunglasses.
Okay, sure, whatever. Toss them in.
What's up, everyone? It's iGal5 Dan here, one of the Dans, but you can call me Dansta, and I'm here in the great city of New York. Alright guys, just waiting for Blastaa to give me a call. I know he lives somewhere around this area. Actually, I think that's him right now. Got my trusty Whoop 75 phone here. What's up, Blastaa?
Yo, is this Dansta?
Yeah, I'm in New York. Where are you at?
No, I moved to New Jersey. I'm not in New York anymore.
New Jersey? You moved to New Jersey?
Yeah.
Oh man, are you kidding me?
Well, why don't you come out here and fly? There's plenty of room.
Alright, man. Well, I guess I'll come meet you there.
Alright, man. See ya.
Damn, that sucks. Well, at least we could try to dive one building before we leave. Let's do it. Well, that was fun. I think that was one of the highest buildings I've ever dove. Let's go find Blastaa now.
Yo, Blastaa? Yeah, what's up, man? Are you Dansta?
What's up, dude? You ready to do some iGal?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. So guys, it's Dansta here. I finally got to Blastaa's house, and man, he just moved here. I can't believe it. I thought he was in New York this entire time. Anyway, got my trusty Whoop here. We're gonna go out, shoot some videos for you guys, do some flips, do some rolls, maybe a little bit of yaw spins. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Dansta out.
Telemetry recovered.
Alright everybody, welcome to iGal5. I am Dansta, and today we are going to be doing flips and rolls. These are probably the most basic trick you can learn, and one of the building blocks for almost every other trick that FPV Freestyle has to offer. To do your flips and your rolls, I like to use a sequence called the throttle, blip, and catch. So first we're going to practice our throttle blips, just going up and catching ourselves with the throttle. Now if you let it fall for too long and then try to catch yourself, you're going to let prop wash out. So the more throttle control you have, the better. So to do your flip or your roll, once you've mastered the throttle blip, you're going to use your pitch or your roll access to do a flip or your roll. So let's start with the rolls. We're going to do our throttle blip, use our roll access to do a roll, and then catch ourselves with the throttle. Let's try one more time. Throttle blip, roll, and then catch. Throttle blip, roll, and then catch. So we can do a little bit more of advanced tricks if we do maybe, let's say, a double roll. Or if we do a roll through a gap. Those are definitely a little bit more advanced tricks that integrate flips and rolls, and something that you should practice this week. I believe the advanced requirements will be flipping and rolling through a gap. So definitely find an interesting gap and see if you can do some flips and rolls through them. Something that is a little bit more advanced you could try is a segmented roll. You start out and do a roll about 180 degrees, hang upside down for a second, and then complete your roll. When you do this a little bit faster, And it kind of looks a little cooler. And this can be done in either direction. But for this week, we're only going to be doing flips and rolls through gaps. So the segmented flip and the segmented roll will not be included. Now let's move on to flips. For flips, you're going to apply the same sequence, the throttle blip and the catch. So remember, practice your throttle blips and your catches. And then you're going to use your pitch axis to flip. The key here is throttle control. If you're finding yourself hitting the ground or pop washing out too much, make sure you have good throttle control. You're catching your throttle at the right time. Practice definitely makes perfect in this scenario. Use your throttle, get some height, use your flip axis, and catch yourself. If you want to be a little bit more advanced with your flips, you could try doing a double flip, or a triple flip, or however many flips you want to do in a row. Usually it's just a double flip though. Use your throttle blip, and then you're going to do a double flip, and then catch yourself. Same with the back flip, throttle blip, double back flip, and catch yourself. If you want to go even more advanced than that, you could try flipping or rolling through a gap. And if you find cool gaps, maybe you go out and find a monument or a landmark, try flipping and rolling through those gaps. So if you want to be even more advanced, and this one would be included this week, you could do a segmented flip. This is where you will invert upside down for about a second as you flip, and then complete your flip out. So let's do a segment, and then flip out. Flip to invert, and flip out. Now getting the perfect amount of flip to get inverted exactly does take a little bit of practice, but the more you do it, the easier it will become. Again, these segmented flips and rolls will not be included in the challenge this week, but it is a more advanced trick you could practice if you feel like the flips and the rolls are a little bit too easy for you right now. But pretty easy sequence. Throttle blip, flip, catch. Same with rolls. Throttle blip, roll, catch. Throttle blip, whoop. Throttle blip, double flip, catch. Throttle blip, double roll, catch. And you can get as much height as you need to practice these. Throttle blip, flip, catch. Throttle blip, roll, catch. Super easy. And once you get the hang of this, it will eventually be the building block of almost every single other freestyle trick. Awesome. Now let's move on to the challenge requirements.
Alright guys, Dansta here, back in the studio. We're going to be going over the requirements for the EMAX Flips and Rolls Challenge for IGAL Week 1 of the training grounds. Got my trusty whoop here to show you how it's done. So, for the beginning requirements, you're going to be doing a flip and a roll in each direction without any bumps or ground taps, all in one clip. And it has to be in a specific sequence. So, you're going to start with your front flip, then you're going to do a back flip, then you're going to do a left roll, and then you're going to do a right roll. All in one clip, no bumps or ground taps. You must follow that sequence or you will fail the challenge. Let's go over the sequence one more time. Front flip, back flip, left roll, and right roll. Remember, you have plenty of time to do all 4 of these in one clip. You cannot touch the ground, you cannot bump into something. If you do, just start from the beginning of the sequence. Once you do all 4 of those in one clip, you will have completed the beginner requirements for this challenge. Now, let's go into the intermediate requirements. For the intermediate requirements of the challenge, you're going to be doing a double flip and a double roll in each direction, no bumps or ground taps, all in one clip, and you must follow the sequence from the beginner requirements. So, you're going to start with a double front flip, then move to a double back flip, then a double left roll, and then a double right roll. Make sure you do all in one clip, no bumps or ground taps, and follow the sequence. Once you complete all 4 of those tricks, all in one clip, you will have completed the intermediate requirements for this challenge. One more thing for the intermediate requirements, they must be completed at a height of 25 feet or less. So find your nearest tree or maybe a house, that'll be around 25 feet, and try to fly lower than that. For the advanced requirements of the challenge, you're going to be doing a flip and a roll in each direction through a gap of maximum 36 inches. You must do it all in one clip, no bumps or ground taps, and you must follow the sequence from the beginner requirements. So you're going to start with your front flip through the gap, then back flip through the gap, left roll through the gap, and then right roll through the gap. Try to go out and find some cool gaps. Maybe you find a point of interest or a landmark that you find you might gauge as 36 inches and flip and roll through it. We do reward small gaps and interesting gaps. Once you've flipped and rolled through a gap of at least 36 inches in each direction, following the sequence, all in one clip with no bumps or ground taps, you will have completed the advanced requirements for this challenge. Now we'll go out and I'm going to show you how to complete these requirements.
Alright, y'all. Time for the challenge requirements. So, for this challenge, you're going to be doing flips and rolls in a specific order, 1 in each direction, 1 front flip, 1 back flip, 1 left roll, and then 1 right roll. And that will be the beginner requirements. So let's do it right here. We're going to do 1 front flip, a little far, 1 back flip, 1 left roll, and 1 right roll. And all of those must be in the same clip without any bumps or ground taps. So you may not tap the ground, you may not bump into a tree or any other obstacles. Let's do it one more time just for good measure. So first start with our front flip, and we're going to move on to our back flip, and then you're going to do your left roll, and finally your right roll. And you may not tap or bump anything, and they must all be in the same clip. Now for the intermediate requirements of this challenge, you must do a double flip and a double roll in each direction, all in the same clip with no bumps or ground taps. And they must be in the same sequence that I mentioned in the beginner requirements. So, you must start with a double front flip, and then do a double back flip, and then you're going to be doing a double left roll, and then you're going to be doing a double right roll. And that will complete the sequence and complete the intermediate challenge requirements. Remember, you may not bump the ground or tap any obstacles while you're completing the sequence. If you do, you need to get back up and recomplete the sequence from the beginning. You may not continue to the sequence. The entire sequence must be completed with no bumps or ground taps at all. Alright, let's do it one more time just for good measure. So we do our front double flip, and then our back double flip, and then our left double roll with a lot of prop wash, and then our right double roll. And that will complete the sequence. Now let's go over the advanced requirements for this challenge. For the advanced requirements, you're going to be doing a flip and a roll in each direction, but it needs to be through a gap of at least maximum 36 inches. This can be any gap. I really encourage you to be creative with your gaps. I'm just going to do it through a tree because I'm not creative at all. But if you find something cool in your city, or you go to a landmark, maybe you'll find something that's smaller than 36 inches. The smaller the gap, the better. We will give out bonus points this week if you do small gaps. But flip and a roll each direction through a gap. Any gap is okay as long as it's maximum 36 inches. And all the sequence must be followed from the beginner requirements. So it's going to be front flip, back flip, left roll, and right roll. And you must do it all in one clip with no bumps or ground taps. So let's try it out here with our trees. Start out with our front flip. We'll just cruise back around and do our back flip as I like this gap. Back flip. And then we'll do our left roll. And then we'll do our right roll. Nice. And nobody's going to be measuring these gaps, but if you want to try to gauge to see if they're about 36 inches, that is probably about 36 inches, probably more like 24. And that's all you need to do for the advanced requirements.
Alright, y'all. I'm about to head out. It was awesome flying with Blastaa, but I gotta head back to Skittles and give him the footage. Just want to thank EMAX, the title sponsor for this week, and all the other sponsors for helping out with this competition. Now, I want you to go out and show me your best flips in your rolls, find the coolest gaps, and show off your stuff. Good luck and happy whooping. Dansta out.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Blastaa wants to show you some clip of him trippy spinning in a tree or something.
Alright, roll it.
Hey, Blastaa.
Hey, Skittles. We got the video done, just like you
Oh,
wanted.
yeah? Yeah, that's great news.
Yeah,
Awesome to hear.
Dansta was a huge help. We got
Wait,
along really well, and
who?
actually he's got a lot of personality traits that are just like mine. We kind of hit it off as soon as
Wait,
he arrived.
which Dan are you talking about?
Yeah, he was the one you sent.
I'm sorry, man. I'm not sure who you're referring to.
Well, anyway, hope you liked the video.
Well, I'm glad it helped
I'll
out.
be working on my submission now.
Talk to you later.
See you, Dan. All right, man. Time to head back to the Dans. See you, Danster. Have a good one. You got all that footage?
Oh, yeah. I got the goods right here.
All right, man. Take it easy. Tell Skittles I said hi. All right, man. See you later.